Buried amongst the bustling streets in the seaside town of Brighton is a wealth of young talent just waiting to be discovered. This year, a team of leading business professionals gathered amongst the majestic sea creatures of the breathtaking Sea Life Brighton in a bid to whittle Brighton's finest entrepreneurs down to its very best. We've tested the nerve of countless aspiring entrepreneurs over the course of the past 4 years.
42 Juice is an organic juice company providing 100% raw cold press juices and juice cleansers.
With the success of 42 Juice rapidly flourishing amongst the business world of Brighton and Hove, can our entrepreneurs crack their market? This year's no different. Who knows their business inside out? Who can face the judges under pressure? Welcome to Young Startup Talent, Brighton and Hove, 2016.
I'm trying to actually understand the numbers spreadsheets. It's quite difficult to follow.
We're just trying to figure out if it's possible for it to be scalable, really.
I'm not sure you've answered the question.
On Tuesday the 15th of December 2015, a total of 8 successful applicants attended the Young Startup Talent semi-final. Held at the Sea Life Centre, Brighton, the evening was set out to put the young entrepreneurs aged between 16 and 25 through their paces. In attendance were judges and sponsors from the local area who were all keen to see the range of ideas entering the process. 4 weeks on from the semi-final, 5 have been selected and are about to pitch in front of the Brighton and Hove business elite. Making up the panel for 2016 includes advisor to a range of business professionals across a broad spectrum of industries with a core focus on finding entrepreneurs of the future. He brings a wealth of energy and experience to the final for the 3rd year. Partner of Hartley Fowler LLP, Dan Simpson. Tasked with overseeing the world's oldest operating aquarium is a man with a wealth of experience in a number of managerial roles. His knowledge and expertise will certainly be an asset to the 2016 panel. General Manager of Brighton Sea Life, Max Leviston. Making his debut as a non-executive director of Young Startup Talent is a 17-year-old award-winning tech entrepreneur who houses a workforce of 15. Having recently been named by Richard Branson as one of the most exciting entrepreneurs in the world, director of Social Marley, Ben Towers. Founder of an award-winning innovative law firm with a clear vision to carve a new way in which legal services are provided. She was named Entrepreneur of the Year for the South of England and holds a wealth of experience spanning a number of years. Managing Director of Acumen Business Law, Penina Shepherd. With years of experience building up his award-winning design, marketing and print agency in the South East, he aims to use his wealth of knowledge to find the next generation of young entrepreneurs. Managing Director of Creative Pod and founding partner of Young Startup Talent, Matt Turner. Undertaking a variety of roles across Sussex and Kent, he specialises in looking after businesses. He specialises in looking after business with a turnover of £2 million to £25 million. Leading a team of 9, he heads up the commercial banking team. Regional Director of RBS Brighton and Hove, Gary Chown. Developing strong links with local and national media, she has a range of knowledge in numerous sectors, with a passion for helping young entrepreneurs. She is the Managing Director of PR agency Media Wordwaves and a founding partner of Young Startup Talent, Lorraine Nugent. Responsible for the growth and enterprise services in the UK and Ireland, his knowledge and expertise are a welcomed addition to the final. Vice President of Sales for Hewlett Packard, Martin Hess. Making their way to pitch first is a passionate Nick Musto, who is looking to use the £50,000 investment to develop an app where local nightlife venues can advertise their latest offers and promotions. During the semi-final, Nick proved his business acumen to the sponsors, breaking down his business plan into detail.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too bad. I'm confident I know as much as anyone can know about their business, and I'm looking forward to some good questions.
Let's see if this university student has what it takes to win over the judges.
Hey, hi everyone. My name's Nick. I'm the CEO and founder of Radar, and I'm a 3rd year mathematics student. Now, let me tell you a fact about students you may not know. On average, their largest weekly spend is actually on socializing in nightclubs and bars. Now, this is crazy because despite rising costs, 2/3 of students go out every single week or more. The question is, how can students afford to do this? Well, I'll tell you how. Radar is the world's first application which offers an unbiased guide to nightlife specific deals, and an innovative referral feature which saves the user time, and money while saving the businesses that we work with up to 10 times on their costs. Every events company we've talked to, which is the main 4 in Brighton, 3 in Bristol and another 2 in Nottingham, each of them have over 100 plus physical promoters. Their main goal is to get people into their club night at their venue. Radar completely digitizes this, making it completely efficient. We charge one simple fee per person that we refer into a venue. And we work much harder. We work 24/7 using our application, and we also market, we think, much better. In fact, we're completely getting rid of the traditional guide to nightlife. We're going to be filming for each of our clients a 3D virtual reality video, similar to the ones I showed you in December, where instead of having to read about an experience or where you want to go, you can physically look on the phone and be transported into that venue. In fact, we're the first company in the world, as far as we're aware, that's going to be bringing this as like general student nightlife. I was a winner of Startup Sussex last year, which is a university-run competition run by the Sussex Innovation Centre. Not only that, I managed to get our business into the entrepreneurial-spark accelerator, and we're in the minority of businesses who were selected to go through another 12 months of acceleration. We're currently pre-launch, and already we've got the largest events company in the Southeast as a client. We're in final talks with 3 more. We've got both student unions in the city of Brighton on board and promoting us. In fact, we are the official nightlife app for Brighton Student Union and Sussex Student Union. We've got key campus bars already signed up for the application across Brighton and Sussex campuses, meaning that we can market efficiently to students straight near where they live, which is absolutely amazing.
Why do you think yours is the only one in the world?
So we're not the only nightlife application in the world, but we are going to be the first people to be bringing 3D video to student nightlife.
How are you planning to get more and more students using your application?
So we're working with both student unions. Both student unions in the city are promoting us. This is on social media and physically. We're allowed to exclusively market on both campuses with a combination of postering, a combination of flyering.
Nick, in your first academic year, you claimed that you're going to generate £1.1 million worth of turnover. Can you just break that down for us so we've got a better understanding as to how you will achieve that?
So the first academic year, so that's September 2016 to August 2017. We've actually got potentially 5 revenue streams. We only use 2 for that, which is the entry price, which means that a student actually pays for their entry through the application. We get slightly different commission to that, then also the referral feature where we get up to £2 per student. We're going to be in 7 cities, which means there's 262,000 students that we'll be marketing to. 66% of those go out every week or more, according to Mintel data.
Across 7 cities, I think that's achievable, you know?
Yeah, well, on average, students go out around 30 times in a year. We've been conservative saying that they don't go out often in the summer because they're not here. And they go out a hell of a lot more in September with Freshers Week, Refreshers Week. We've tried to be quite conservative with our numbers, to be honest.
Describe to me how long you're going to be in Brighton before you go to your second city, and how you're going to actually secure your second city.
So in about March time, we're going to be approaching the next 6 cities. We hope to be in 7 by September.
Is anything in paperwork, or is it just said, or what makes you the official app?
Yeah, we've signed kind of like a service agreement type thing with Sussex University, because we're going to be hosting some of the deals at their campus bars and also their events on there. With Brighton University, we're finalising exactly what they're giving us in the next week, but it's been handshake deal, verbally spoken.
So how long does that deal last for? Because what's to say after a year they cut your deal and they go to another app?
There might be another app which can do better than us, and if there is a better app than I've saved, then that's fair enough.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Next to pitch is a young entrepreneur who plans to manufacture and publish a range of quality greeting cards, as well as customisable crackers for all faiths, cultures and occasions. Adam made a confident start during the semi-final, establishing his professionalism throughout. A well-constructed business plan has set him in good stead for the final.
30 seconds before that's when it gets really bad. When I'm pitching it, it does kind of get easier. It's quite tense before I'm going into a pitch. Yeah, I don't think it'll ever get easy.
As he makes his way to face the panel, let's see if he can win over the judges.
Good evening. Crackers are a nation's favourite at Christmas time. That, combined with greeting cards, is a £1.4 billion industry. That's worth more than tea and coffee put together. On average, 31 cards are bought per person every year in the UK. Hi, I'm Adam Patel, I'm 14 years old and I'm the founder of Halal Celebrations. I enjoy celebrating Eid and other culturally diverse occasions. However, I could rarely find any British-inspired faith or culture-related greeting cards or celebration crackers. Chit-Chat Celebrations is a supplier and designer of quality greeting cards and celebration crackers for all faiths, cultures and occasions. We have a wide range of designs offering fun and sparkle all year round. Chit-Chat Celebration creates products aimed at bringing friends and family together, adding fun and sparkle to any occasion such as holidays, weddings and birthday parties, often the only time we get to spend time with our family members. And when family gets together, they talk, hence the name Chit-Chat Celebrations. Our team currently consists of myself, a graphic illustrator, a sales apprentice. Over the course of 2016, we are looking to expand our team to include more trained salespeople and home workers. We are currently designing our wedding collection, an industry worth over £10 billion every year in the UK alone. We are seeking £25,000 to print our wedding collection, which will be launched on the 25th of February. Chit-Chat Celebrations will have presence at both local and national exhibitions and selected shopping destinations for brides-to-be. Our main consumer base will be primarily women, as they are generally more involved in planning and preparation for their big day. We have established relations with several boutique shops around London who are interested in retailing Chit-Chat Celebrations' products. Our medium-term goal is to continue scaling and growing the business, again in e-commerce, through distributors. We hope to have 2 to 3 main distributors by month 24 and 36, and at that stage we hope to expand into the Northwest region. Thank you for listening to my pitch. I welcome any questions you may have. Thank you.
Are you really 14?
No, I'm 24.
I thought so. I told you.
I'm
He's lying.
I'm 14.
I find that so hard to believe.
In terms of the idea to expand the business around the sales force,
yeah.
Have you thought about that in terms of the cost? Think about how you're going to actually achieve that growth with cost of salespeople. Where do you locate them? Where do you find them? How do you incentivize them?
One of the things I've looked at in terms of the greeting cards, we probably wouldn't take on salespeople for that at an early stage because the profit margin at the moment can be quite low. One of the areas that we are looking to take salespeople on is with our corporate customers and our events companies.
You were saying how successful the greeting cards market is financially,
yeah.
But also there are many providers in the market. So how do you feel that you stand out from the rest?
So in terms of the greeting cards market, it's a very saturated market in terms of everyday cards, Christmas cards, you know, every place has got it. In terms of the market I'm hitting, it's such a large market in terms of there's so many Muslims and there's so many people of all faiths and cultures. But the thing is, there is no British designed cards aimed at that particular market. Asian weddings, I'm not sure if you guys know, it's 1,000 plus. So my forecasts are based on 500. Generally, their weddings were 750 guests plus.
Halal is really clear, the branding, and who's it? What about the other?
So the Chit-Chat Celebrations, we've got so many different product features. So in the business plan, it outlines it. In the product features, we've got personalizable crackers. Nobody else does that, and literally nobody else does that. We do the customizable crackers. Our cards, we do cards for all faiths and cultures, and that's under Chit-Chat Celebrations. So again, it's still very unique.
I think I'm the only person that's a little bit nervous here at the moment, because if I was to go back 5 years, I'd be able to decorate my office with the amount of Christmas cards I got. Now I just get irritated by people sending me e-Christmas cards, where I see them and I press delete. Surely you're going into a market that's depreciating and getting smaller rather than growing.
That's actually not the case. The greeting cards market remains strong, even with the rise of e-cards. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to try my best, and I'm going to make sure that Halal Celebrations and Chit-Chat, the group, generally is on trend. As soon as we've got a competitor, we know about them, we see what they do.
Between June and September, you've got the same number of weddings, same turnover,
more profit.
for more profit. So how does that work?
So if we refer to the cash flow forecasts, we actually look at buying a printer, getting the printers.
How much have you budgeted for that printer?
Sorry?
How much have you budgeted for that printer?
So the printers we're looking at several ways to go about it.
What would you say is your main route to market primarily? Is it direct to the customer or is it via a retailer?
So again, because there's so many legs to the business, so many ways we can take it and so many ways we are taking it. In terms of weddings, it's through event companies, through wedding stands, wedding exhibitions, which is based straight to consumer. In terms of our crackers, I'm looking at distributors, straight to consumer, lots of online marketing, digital marketing. So there's so many routes, so I can't give you a straight answer to that one.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers,
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Next to Pitch are a group of young gamers looking to educate the video game community all over the world. During the semi-final, all 4 members of the team were in attendance, grabbing the judges' attention amongst an array of great business concepts. Tonight, only 2 will make their way to Pitch.
I'm really enthusiastic. I'm actually buzzing to go in there.
Gone over loads of bumps along the way, managed to get past them all, but yeah, it's gone rapidly and it's enjoyable.
In an ever-growing games industry, could this be the next idea to win over the panel?
We are from DigiJazz. My name is Tristan and I'm the assistant manager.
And I'm Callum. I am head editor and I'm also events manager.
We're from DigiJazz. DigiJazz is an entertainment company which we look to educate people for the realm of gaming. We're showing everyone that every game has a hidden meaning, every game can teach you for a different way, whether it's shoot 'em ups teaching you about terrorism, whether it's football teaching you about offside ball. Where we've looked into it and gone through the surveys and kind of worked out that the younger generation are getting so much into technology and technology is kind of increases, becoming more popular and it's developing a whole lot quicker than we thought. So the kids are kind of becoming isolated in a room watching YouTube, popular YouTubers, watching explicit language. So we thought, why don't we spice this up, bring everyone together in a social environment and kind of show it in a non-explicit way.
Our main aim is to build relationships and improve young people's education. So our motto is pretty much to close gaps and build relationships between younger people, because we've realised that nowadays sociability of the younger people, it's mainly via online, and we want to like enclose them together and actually communicate face to face.
I'll put it down to my age, but I haven't got a clue what you do.
We provide an area and an event where people can come together and socialise in an educative environment.
A virtual environment?
No,
yeah,
physical.
A physical environment.
At the school.
So we're taking it away from the virtual, bringing it into an actual physical while using the virtual there.
So you're with all of the other gamers?
Yeah. So you find somewhere where they can meet and they play games together.
They play games and learn and educate from each other.
Do you think it's scalable? Do you think so? You know, each kid pays a £5 or I don't know, a £1 or whatever it is. How much do they pay to get in?
So it all depends on what type of event it is, whether how big it is, where it is, what we're doing, what we're giving.
How many people would you have at one event?
At one event, it will all depend on the venue.
Yes.
It will all depend on the venue.
It depends
where
on
we
how
are.
much of a large scale we go for. So
what about this free venue? How many does
so
that
this
hold?
free event at Packard, our academy, that can go, I think we've had like 35 people attend.
Is that how many it can hold? 35?
That's for our biggest events. It could fit probably about 40, 45.
So to make it a viable financial business, how many events do you need to run a month?
In a month, so as much as we can do.
As much as possible.
What is the minimum number of events you need to make it financially successful?
A good 10 a month.
Yes.
And how many people in the business with you? There's you two guys.
So there's me and him, and then we have Jordan, which is our manager, and then we have Robbie.
So how can you make this a business in terms of supporting all of you? In terms of the revenue you can generate, can that support all of you?
Yeah, it's 25% each.
Yeah, 25%.
In terms of revenue to live on, in terms of is this a business that can make money? I guess is my question.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
But then the money won't just be coming through the events, be coming through sponsors.
Yeah.
Obviously, in our long-term goal, we really want to become a TV channel to present gaming and education through the TV, rather than people sitting in an isolated
much larger scale.
On a much larger scale.
So your business model's changing from being in a physical environment to going back to
it's going
telly
to be both at the same time. So we're going to be having a physical thing and we're going to have something on TV. So we already have our social media sites, we have YouTube and stuff like that. We're also going to be expanding onto TV.
Isn't that contrary to what your kind of general USP is, which is bring people together
It's bringing people together and educating people at the same time. So whether it's physical or just over the TV, as long as we're educating people for the realm of gaming, that is our point.
But if you've got 10 people playing FIFA, how is that education?
Because we'll be bringing education into it.
How?
So every single time the game is paused or stopped, we'll be asking a question. So like, what percentage of this?
Come on.
And we'll be doing
That's
that.
the most. If you paused my game to dissect the goal I'd just let in, seriously, that screen would be through the window. I would not. But yeah.
So have you done like what you did a free game or whatever? You've done one of these, haven't you? Some of these events.
Yes, we have.
And what's the feedback?
Everyone actually loved it. From every single quote, we got brilliant. I would love to do this again. But for a majority of them were really good quotes.
And if you ask the kids, you have an option to play at home or to come here and play.
A majority of them would say, yeah, we like this because it's more competitive than playing online.
How can you transfer this equipment to a different venue?
We tend to use the PlayStation, the Xbox One really easily. We don't need to worry about the headsets. All we do need to worry about is the console, the television, and the game.
We're changing young people's lives at the moment because we're getting them to speak to more
Get
people.
out.
Yeah, to get out.
Thank you guys.
No problem.
Thank you.
Next to pitch are a duo looking to pave the way to make affordable and portable neurofeedback to treat anxiety and ADHD. Their informative and captivating business concept grabbed the attention of the local business community during the semi-final stage.
I'm relaxed. I think it'll be a fun opportunity and a new experience, and I always like those. I'm quite confident.
Probably a little bit more nervous than Philip, but I think we'll do well. I look forward to giving an enthusiastic show of our idea.
With their knowledge and expertise, let's see if they can bring enthusiasm to their pitch. Have they got what it takes?
Hello, I'm Philip Streicher. I'm a PhD student at the University of Sussex, and I study cognitive science, which is right at the intersection of neuroscience and artificial intelligence.
And my name is Joseph. I'm a neuroscience and cognitive science student, also at the University of Sussex. And I met Philip during a summer project, joining his PhD at the forefront of neurofeedback. So what is neurofeedback? Neurofeedback is using the brain's activity to drive a representation of that activity, which you can then use to feed back and modulate that activity. So let me give you a tangible example of this. So visual neurofeedback is where we take the brain waves associated with concentration and we use it to drive a visualization of a flickering flame. The more concentrated you are, the slower it flickers. The less concentrated you are, the faster it flickers. We can use this to increase concentration for people with ADHD. With audio feedback, alternatively, as we do in the neurofeedback app, the Augmind Hum, we use like the brain waves to drive psychoacoustics, including like binaural beats and isochronic tones to induce a state of calm and bliss.
So, as Joe just mentioned, neurofeedback is based on the idea that your brain activity is shown to you either in a visual manner or in an audio manner. And you can use that representation of your brain activity to consciously self-regulate your mental state. As a consequence, you learn how to speak to your brain. With our product, we will offer a sleek EEG headset.
And we will use it to read the brain's activities. We'll then wirelessly through Bluetooth transmit it to a smartphone, which will slip into a VR smartphone viewer at the front.
On the smartphone, you will then see the flickering flame, which Joe talked about, representing your state of mental focus. And if you plug in your earphones, you can hear the soothing humming sound in our other application called the Hum, in order to guide you into a deeper state of relaxation. These products will launch this year for a price of £199.99. Initially, we want to mainly market our product towards people with attention deficit disorder. Over time, we will expand the audience that we are targeting to include high-performance individuals, such as businessmen and women and athletes, and people who want to excel at whatever they're doing.
We're org-mined, and thank you. We'll take your questions.
Is there any particular area of the market you can focus on first?
Yes,
to get yourself established?
definitely the ADHD market.
How does that work in terms of generating revenue for you?
Hopefully, we can sell the units in bulk to schools and educational institutions.
How far away from you are you to having a proper working prototype that I can have a go
I'd say
on?
6 months for the first.
For the first prototype of the commercial product, the actual prototype already exists and is in use.
In a lab, but it's
in
not
the lab.
portable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My worry is you get it, something would happen, and then what can you do? You can't like reverse the effect. You know, if say something happened in my brain, I'd be quite scared. And so by having a clinic where people can go in, you've got trained professionals using the machine.
Once it is approved as something that can be used at home, if you've got a child that's got ADHD, it's so much nicer for you that you don't have to go to a clinic, arrange an appointment, get in the car, you've got a baby at home, you need a babysitter. If your mind is put at rest that it's okay to use at home.
It's also something that like kids with ADHD might want to actually play themselves.
Rather than go to the doctors.
So
which makes it.
So how do you get this sort of recognised by whoever in terms of its medical
accreditation?
Accreditation, thank you. Yeah.
In terms of the safety of both neurofeedback and brain stimulation, there have been hundreds and hundreds of studies assessing these techniques from all angles imaginable.
Who owns the business? Is it just you two? Or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you both the owners of the
Yes.
business?
Yeah.
So you're a technology integrator, really. That's what you're.
Essentially, yeah. We're combining technologies that are already out there, and we are also profiting from the fact that we are at the forefront of a completely new science here. So a lot of the research and development and a lot of the validation of our principles, the technological principles which underpin our products, that will be done by the scientific community for us and with us.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Last to step into the final is a talented craftsman planning to use his expertise to produce a range of items, the first being an affordable leather pouch. Throughout the semi-final, Jasper has shown his entrepreneurial spirit and dedication to his craft, making a lasting impression on the young startup talent team. With over 1,000 sold so far in just 18 months, Jasper is a strong contender for the 2016 process.
The pitch itself is what I'm more nervous about than the questions, because the questions I feel like I can respond quite quickly. I feel very nervous, very self-conscious, very determined. Strange, because I've never done this before.
Let's see if he can carry his enthusiasm through to the final.
Good evening. My name's Jasper Menzies. I'm from Hewlett and I'm 18 years old. I've just finished college, well, 2 years at college, and now I'm sort of onto my own things. My first general idea is JazWorks, which is the sort of next level customised anything you want, pretty much. It's metalwork as its foundation, but other materials come into it as well as the metal, and different metals, of course, in that respect. I've always had a passion for making things. I really like making things. I've got nothing better to do than make things. I just like doing it. And I want to take that further to a point where I want to be able to have machines, tools to not stop me from making something that I would want to make, which would range from smaller pieces that I can sell to whoever, and bigger pieces who I might not even sell to, just have as a self-advertising sort of means. I have one pouch on me, I'm afraid.
Okay.
If I may leave that there for you. So the JazPouch is it's the universal all-purpose pocket pouch. It's sort of mainly targeted at people who smoke tobacco or travel, but it's in my eyes, it sort of overrides the wallet. It's also customizable. Currently, I'm able to make smaller. I do lots of jewelry, so silverwork and silversmithing, and Acumen garni, which is sort of a Damascus steel, but in like precious metals such as titanium or copper and silver mixed together, and come out with just really nice patterns and effects.
Can it work as a business? Do you think
Sure.
you can sell it in quantities?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Especially the pouch, only because I know, I mean, personally, I've sold over 1,000 since I started. And I started.
You sold over 1,000 of the pouches?
Since I started, and I started 2 and a bit years ago.
I had a quick look, and the sort of competitors in the market, they're charging £50 for a luxury.
Oh, and that's precisely my point. Is
that price I looked at, that's for a standard off-the-shelf one. You can personalise your ones.
So
that's a premium.
If shops were to buy them, yes, I would sell them as either customised, if the shops wanted customised ones to their particular, say, colours or needs or whatever they like.
So how long does each one take you to make?
One of those takes around 45 minutes. That's just by myself.
45 minutes?
Yeah, just by myself. So 45 minutes, yeah, takes me to make one of those. Having a product line would be able to obviously speed up the production.
Jasper, how long has that been in your pocket for?
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's a bit crumpled. About a year and a half.
About a year and a half, and it doesn't look worn at all.
No, it's good.
So what's the longevity of one of those?
Well, I've only lived 18 years of my life. I don't actually know yet, so we'll have to see. But a fair amount of time.
Good answer.
Your business at the moment,
sure.
Where's it based?
Hewlett.
So it's you working at home.
In my garage, yeah.
In your garage, making the pouches.
Sure.
Put a bit more colour on what you'd use the 50k for.
Well, the 50k is £2,000 in cash, which I wouldn't immediately decide what I'd spend that on. I think I'd first work out what I'd do within each individual sponsor and facility, service that I could then use to how I think that it was going to happen. If I were to, say, win this £50,000, my first idea would probably be to go down to sort of somewhere like Brighton, somewhere around here, have stalls, or in the lanes perhaps, different types of pouches, but also with products inside. And I don't know if you have...
you know, you could do that without the £50,000.
Oh, exactly. And the £50,000 is only going to help, but the equivalent, so however...
What help do you think you need in growing this business?
Well, I saw one of the sponsors is Gatwick Airport, which I heard on the radio yesterday actually, that it's gone up from 30 million users a year to 40. And that is, for me, is a staggering amount of people who have a passport going through a thing every year. And just to sort of maybe have one stall inside Gatwick Airport, just to sell that might, yeah.
I think you need a marketeer as well.
Sorry, that's where
I think it's like getting it out, getting the word out there and how you're going to get there and,
sure.
and like getting big orders in. You need maybe somebody else that's good at that to do that for you.
I don't think you realise actually how good it is, because like the sales figures and stuff you put in, that basically leaves like cash in the bank end of the year less than £2,000.
Oh, yeah, that's the first year. I've left with £2 actually. Somewhere it says I'm left with £2. But that's not the point. The point is that...
But I reckon you can sell an awful lot more of them at more money. I think what you put down here is...
This is just some simple projections of how it could be if I were to look at it in a simple way, as in going down to Brighton, selling pouches with things. That's just the start. That's nothing.
You've got other products in you, haven't you, that you've done other than pouches, and the pouches are really good. So it's about you producing things, and you're good with your hands.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
All of the young entrepreneurs who have made it through the process now have the support of a business network to help make their business a success. We look forward to staying in contact and keeping up to date with their progress as they grow throughout the years. To find out more about young startup talent, the sponsors involved, and to follow the progress of young entrepreneurs past and present, visit youngstartuptalent.co.uk.